Welcome back to another story of faith, healing, and hope. If you ever felt like your world collapsed and no one truly saw your pain, then today's story is for you. This is not a perfect story. It's a story of loss, silence, and falling apart. But more than that, it's a story of finding light again through one unexpected Bible verse. Let me take you into a real-life journey where one verse from Scripture became the turning point. I used to be someone who didn't believe in what couldn't be measured. Everything in my life had to follow a plan, a formula, a tangible path. I was a systems engineer at a major tech company in San Jose, a world of logic, deadlines, and control. In that world, I thrived. I had the answers, or at least I thought I did. But no one ever taught me how to answer when life stops making sense. When I turned 35, my mother, the only family I had left, was diagnosed with terminal cancer. I dropped everything, left my projects, postponed promotions, and flew home to Texas to be with her. She was the woman who raised me after my father died. I became her caretaker, her nurse, her strength. Even when I had none, I watched her fade day by day. Chemo, pain, silence. And then one morning she was gone. After the funeral, I returned to my apartment in San Jose. I stepped inside, and nothing felt familiar. Nothing felt real. Everyone expected me to bounce back. I didn't. I couldn't. I tried to work through the pain. I buried myself in long hours, fake smiles, unread emails. But the grief would break through in random moments, while giving presentation or passing by someone who looked like her. I stopped sleeping. My appetite disappeared. I lost joy. I lost focus. I lost myself. And eventually, I lost my job. HR emailed to inform me I was being suspended indefinitely due to my declining performance. I didn't even argue. I stared at the screen and felt nothing. That night, I left my apartment, not planning to return. I walked without direction, my body moving but my soul gone. I found myself sitting on the steps of a small church near my neighborhood. The door was slightly open. For no reason I can explain, I went inside. The sanctuary was empty. Candlelight flickered softly. Wooden pews sat in silence. I sat in the third row, and for the first time in months, I cried. There was a Bible resting on the pew in front of me. Old, worn, its corners curled from years of use. I wasn't looking for answers. I just didn't want to feel completely lost. I opened it randomly, and this is what I read. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. I read it again and again. A future and a hope. I didn't believe in destiny, but I couldn't ignore how, in the darkest place, those words found me, spoke to me. I didn't pray some grand prayer. I just whispered, if this is true, don't leave me. I kept going back to that church, not for religion, for quiet, for space to feel again. I started reading that Bible, not like a textbook, but like a lifeline. Sometimes I didn't understand the words, but sometimes they felt like they were written just for me. I didn't return to my tech job. Instead, I moved to Sacramento and volunteered at a local shelter. I didn't expect anything. I just wanted to be useful again. There, I met people whose pain made mine look small. A man who lost his wife and children in a car crash. A teen girl recovering from addiction. An ex-con trying to find dignity again. And in all that brokenness, I saw something beautiful. Hope. We were all healing in our own ways. Slowly, quietly, together. A year after my mother passed, I stood before a small crowd in that same church and shared my story. I ended with that verse. Plans to give you a future and a hope. That's when I realized God didn't promise that life would be easy. He promised that He has a purpose, even when we can't see it. No, I don't have a high-paying job anymore. I haven't rebuilt my perfect life, but I have something more valuable, peace. And peace is what allows me to wake up, help others, and feel whole, even with my scars. Closing. If you're reading this and you're in the middle of your own storm, please hear me. You're not forgotten. You're not broken beyond repair. There's still a plan for you, a future and a hope. I'm not saying one Bible verse will fix everything overnight, but sometimes one verse is enough to stop the fall. One verse is enough to remind you that you're not alone. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 saved me from myself. Maybe it's waiting to reach you, too. Thank you for being here, for sitting with this story until the end. Maybe you're walking through your own valley right now. Maybe you've been holding on by a thread. But even a thread can lead you somewhere if it's tied to hope. The Bible isn't always easy to read, but sometimes one verse is enough. One verse to breathe again. One verse to stand again. If this story reminded you of a time when God met you in the dark, share your verse in the comments. Your experience might be the very light someone else is searching for. And if you found healing here today, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more stories where scripture meets real life. We'll be here with stories that don't promise easy answers, but point to a God who never leaves. Until next time, keep walking, keep hoping, one verse at a time.